This is my 10 to 24 millimeter. That's at 24. This is all the way at 10. And we're going to compare it directly to the SLR Magic 8 millimeter and the 7Artisans 7.5 millimeter. So here is my 10 to 24 millimeter. Now this is up against the Viltrox speed booster, so it does take down the micro four thirds crop factor, what, by 1.35 or whatever. So we're going to compare this at 10 millimeters. All right, we're going to compare that at 10 millimeters. Here's the same shot. Tripod's not moved anywhere with the SLR Magic. And we can compare that to 10 millimeters on my, what's that, a Tamron. That's on the Tamron Channel 24. The tripod has not moved. I'm just going to take my little recorder here and also just kind of show the close focus. We're going to focus all the way as close as possible. And you can see how close we could get there. That's, I don't know, not even 3 inches from the front of the lens. Very close. Also, what you can see is our straight lines. Let's go ahead, refocus all the way back out. And you can see the straight lines. It looks really straight. One thing I don't like about this is that the mount does not lock. It don't lock on this SLR Magic. It doesn't lock. It's a micro four thirds mount, but like you can just twist it without pushing the actual button to release it. Don't like that. We're gonna compare again now. The ever so slightly wider 7.5 millimeter. Now, the lens, the physical lens in comparison is a little bit bigger. The upside is that we could open all the way up to 2.8 on this one. Now, as you can see there, we're getting a lot more width. Even though it's ever so slightly wider, we're getting quite a bit more. So 8 millimeter compared to 7.5 millimeter is really wide. What you can also see is that our lines are a little bit distorted. We got some distorted lines happening, and that's kind of the downside of the 7Artisans. You have a long aperture range here from f2.8 all the way down to f22. So really dark, really light, and even at f2.8 is pretty bright in my opinion. We're gonna go ahead and do the close focus here. 1.2, so not quite as close. Still pretty close, I think. You can see where it just kind of lands on that focus. It kind of looks the same distance physically to me. But this is non-rectilinear. Like I said, this is non-rectilinear lens, and it opens up wider, lets a lot more light in. I tend to do now in post is do lens correction. I got my video light here. Quickly, I just want to do one more comparison with the video light, and this is like the direct light comparison, and this is probably just an issue on my own lens because I got my SLR Magic, and this is something that you guys might want to keep in mind. I didn't buy an ND filter for it, so I got step-up rings, and then I went to put on, and it's kind of hard to see, but right there, I put on a step-up ring. I think it was 2 of them, and then I put my lens cap on, and because that element protrudes the way it does, my lens cap was sitting directly against the element. And like I said, right here, right on that front, you can barely see it. I smudged some of the coatings off. So this is just one last kind of comparison right here between the 7Artisans 7.5 millimeter, 7.5 millimeter, 2.8. Okay. This is the SLR Magic 8 millimeter f4. And my speed boosted Tamron 10 to 24 millimeter all the way open, as wide open as it gets to get. And this is just one more little comparison pointing outside. We got a little snow today. This is the 10 to 24. This is the 8 millimeter, pushed all the way out to infinity, and at f4, but we'll stop it down some to kind of bring the highlights back. That looks better. It looks pretty decent right there, actually. And I'm like at I don't know if we'll call it F10. And along with that, just going to continue on there. You can see the straight lines. They look great. And the final lens in this comparison are 7.5 millimeter. 7Artisans. Now we're really bright, really blown out, and you can see everything. Let's stop it on down. Oh, let's change the focus. Gonna stop it down. Oh, it's about f8, but let's stop it down some more. I think that looks great right there. At what is that? That's close to f11, f12 even maybe. So about the same as the 8 millimeter stop down. But as you can see, our lines are a little bit wonky. But in post, let's compare in post the 7Artisans with lens correction and the 8 millimeter SLR Magic, just straight out of camera. Of the two lenses, I prefer the 7Artisans, just because the faster aperture and the fact that once I lens correct in post, it kind of is about the same. It's similar. And the close focus is about the same. I think you could actually get a little closer on the SLR Magic 8 millimeter, but it's such a small difference, it don't really matter to me. So, thank you guys.